All right, everyone, we're hearing more disturbing details with regards to the Secret Service failure in the Trump assassination. This agency desperately needs to be overhauled. Number one, definitely needs a new leader. Number two, definitely needs to swap out some of its members. Apparently, this is the claim, apparently the Secret Service had agents posted in the building that the shooter climbed on. That's, quite a revelation. Law enforcement was aware of his presence for a protracted period of time, but there was no communication between them and Secret Service. You get the agents on stage with Trump. It would be easy to radio them in and say, look, there's a dude on this roof with a gun. Move Trump out of the venue immediately. That could have been done with a little bit of more coordination, which apparently never took place. Then you have that now famous video of that one Secret Service agent fumbling around with her gun. That's a little bit more explainable. It's like, okay, so there's an active shooter. You're literally trying to guard the president. Might be a little bit high stress, so we won't fault her maybe for that. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong, except for Trump literally turning his head at exactly the right goddamn moment. Now again, my condolences to those that were shot. One of them has died. I believe the others are expected to recover, although I don't have any new updates on that. So, my condolences. It's not a jovial affair. Seeing Trump say fight, 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 okay, politically speaking, that's fucking badass. And again, he needs to use Elton John's I'm Still Standing, or preferably like a ghost cover of the song or something like that at his rallies. That being said, what the fuck happened? Apparently the person who was supposed to be on the roof called out sick or something like that. That's what I've been hearing. And they didn't think to replace the bastard. I think somebody probably at least has lost their job. I've got the sniffles. Sorry, but I can't guard the president today. It's not as important as me, getting a nap in and drinking some chicken broth. What the fuck happened? It looks an awful lot like this was a literal inside job. Like they knew that there was going to be a potential shooter. And then they stood down, effectively. And they decided, well, let him try to take a shot. Maybe we can get rid of Orange Man. It looks, if I were Donald Trump right now, I would be hiring extra private security and insisting that the Secret Service allow them to mainly guard me when I'm in public. I would not rely upon the agency in its current form to guard me if I were the President of the United States. There's a similarity to what happened with JFK, actually. During the JFK assassination, right before he wheeled around, and then supposedly Lee Harvey Oswald brained him, although I do believe in the second gunman theory. I absolutely do. I have my own theories about that. I've already explained them before. You can go back through my videos. Just look up, Sticks, Hex, and Hammer JFK assassination or Lee Harvey Oswald or something. It might or might not be there. YouTube's algorithm doesn't really like me these days. Right before it happened, there's a video that was taken from behind the motorcade. And supposedly a couple of Secret Service members were supposed to be riding on those little handles on the tail fins of the car. Now, if they had been on the tail of the car, Oswald, assuming he was the shooter at all, could not have fired that particular shot. He couldn't have done it. He would have had to shoot through a security agent. But they were waved off by the governor of Texas or the VP, I can't remember which one, and he sort of waves them off. And then they're shrugging their shoulders. They're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And they should have done their due diligence and gotten on anyway and rode the tail fins. That's what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to be there to guard the president's back. And they didn't do it. And it was inexplicable. There's literal video footage of this. And yes, it comes from before the deep fake era. I remember watching it back in 2008 or thereabouts. So it's not a fake video. It's actually real. Yeah, the Zapruder footage only tells you half the story, it seems. In this particular instance, we find out that there were a series of poor decisions that were made, leading to a person coming within literally 2 inches of killing the presumptive next president of the United States, which would have led to political catastrophe in the process, by the way, I believe. I think there'd be some mass protests going on right now if that had happened. Just saying. Thankfully that didn't happen because Trump literally turned his head to look in the other direction. That's what saved him. Not the Secret Service, not local law enforcement. Trump turned his head. That's why he's still alive. So I think that we desperately need... There's a huge amount of construction activity going on outside, so it's a little bit distracting for me. I don't know if I'll get to my live stream today. No, yeah, the person that was supposed to be on the roof called out, and you didn't replace him? Oh, well, it's last minute. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. Couldn't you have reallocated one agent from within the building to the roof? You know, the prime shooting position? I would think that one or two agents in the house would probably be, or the barn, or whatever the fuck it was, would probably have been enough. I would think, let's see, it's within shooting range. It's an elevated position. Somebody could easily get up there without even being noticed. Maybe somebody should be up there so that that doesn't happen. Then I heard a different report. I don't know if this one is true. I'm really hoping that it's not. That a cop actually, before the shooting, climbed up there and was peeking over and got the gun trained on him and then went back down. And again, law enforcement was scrambling around, didn't know what the fuck they were doing. What the fuck happened in Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania almost became the next Dallas, dude. And I want answers. And I have another video of the FBI pressure washing the area for residue and shit like that. Like no attempt to collect evidence. They're saying they can't establish motive. I'll tell you what the motive is because it's self-evident. Somebody wanted to kill Donald Trump. Ta-da! There's your motive. The reason behind why they wanted to do that will probably remain unknown. The shooter's manifesto, they'll do what they did with the Nashville shooter. And probably there'll be some diary scribblings or something like that about why you want. I want to kill Donald Trump. He hates me. He's gay or whatever. He donated to Act Blues, who's probably liberal. They'll be like diary writings or something, but then they'll say, no, because the family of the person that he ended up killing accidentally, because he was clearly shooting at Trump, actually owns the copyright to that, so we can't release it to the public. Or something like that. I don't doubt that that'll happen. It's a conspiracy. There is a cover-up in progress right now. Again, if I were Donald Trump, I would be hiring more private security, swallow that cost. I mean, he makes like $1 million fucking dollars a day, so I think that he can probably do that and pay them to protect you. Because apparently the Secret Service ain't cutting it anymore. That's about all. Peace out.